Let's move on to the Epstein files.
Ooh, I remember what we're not talking about anymore. We're not talking about Epstein files.
Yeah, we're not supposed
Charlie
to talk about
Kirk.
that anymore, right?
And I think they politicized it more than they otherwise would have because of the Epstein files thing. Trump was looking for opportunity to move from it, and he tried different things. He threw different things at the wall. Nothing stuck. He was talking about revoking Rosie O'Donnell's citizenship. She's a citizen here, and tried to bring Russia in for a talk in Atlanta, which failed miserably. The U.S. looked like a laughing stock in the world affairs.
Because he wanted to...
He was desperate.
He wanted everyone to move from that Epstein file news.
And the thing is, like, I don't think so. I think the MAGA base is still like, wait, you said you had promised to release it. And even Kash Patel, like when he was in the hearing...
And
They did ask about the Epstein file.
No, they played his own video in front of him saying that it's hoax. I have to release it. This is the blah, blah, blah. You know, he was talking about like how the FBI director hasn't done that, right?
Yeah.
The point is, and then he's like, we've released it. But what they're failing to tell you is they've already released. Whatever they're saying they've released is this thing that's already been public.
Yeah, they were already there in the public discourse. It's just they re-released it and they're calling it released. But the point is, when you run a campaign, an entire political campaign, I'm talking not just about Donald Trump, but J.D. Vance, who has on record gone on multiple streams, multiple podcasts and talked about how the Jeffrey Epstein files should be released. And it's the Kash Patel, Dan Bongiovi, the assistant director of the FBI. They have on record multiple times. Actually, Dan Bongiovi has his own podcast, which is all about conspiracy theories. And this is one of the top ones. This is the conspiracy theories of conspiracy theories. And I do not know what's inside the file, but I'm intrigued now because they are trying so hard to not release any of it.
MAGA want the file to be released? Like,
because their names are on it, dude.
No.
Well, the MAGA wants it to be released because I think everybody, MAGA, left, centrist, Republicans, Democrats, progressives, they don't like pedophiles.
Exactly.
No one likes pedophiles.
Everybody disdains pedophilia, and I think that's where they all come together. And for MAGA, like I said before, because Trump, J.D. Vance, they have all ran their entire campaign on that. That was one of the biggest things. And when you are in power, that's the one thing they're asking for.
So I did get that. This Epstein files, everyone was coming together, you know?
Yeah.
There were no like division between people. People just wanted the files to be released, and they were like just comments. Release the Epstein files, release the Epstein files.
And a lot of people don't even realize it.
But
Epstein
now again they're divided.
Yeah, but no, they're not divided. They still want it.
No, not in the Epstein files, meaning
other stuff, because that's like smoke, right? You can. It's like when you go in a war zone and you know like the target's there, you throw a smoke screen.
Yeah.
You're blinded, right? You have to wait, and by that time anything can happen, right? You're maybe like you lose sight of your target, maybe the person loses sight of you, and it kind of like levels the playing field. It kind of like calms it down, right? Because you don't want to be shooting just whatever it is or whatever is happening or targeting anything, right? But I don't think this will go away. I think people will still talk about it. People should talk about it.
Like we are.
Yeah. Like everybody should be talking about it because I think we need to know, like what's in the Epstein files, because there is a lot of people. I am 100% sure, I'm not 100% sure. I am very much sure that even Bill Clinton's on it. And I don't care if he's a Democrat. Like, if they're a Democrat, throw their names out there, man.
If you're a pedophile,
and
you should rot in jail.
If they have committed those crimes.
Absolutely. Each and every one of them.
Democrats or Republican or foreign national.
Whoever it is.
Go deeper and find out who funded it, who gave the money. Like, maybe they did it, who caught it up. There's like the conspiracy theorists online where Mossad was, the ultra right. It's like Mossad is a part of this thing. Talk about crazy stuff. But it's and the thing is, I don't want to believe that, right?
Yeah,
but the thing is,
that's
so hard that it's like, is that really what's happening? Could it happen? Like, where there should be 0% doubt, it adds like, it sprinkles a salt of doubt to the point where it starts becoming from 1% to 2% to 3%. And then you're like, now this is a little bit too crazy.
And Donald Trump, before the campaign, he had said he would release the files.
Sorry to cut you off. My question to you directly.
Okay.
If Donald Trump, like, a little bit also knew, like, his name could be there and he's linked with Epstein, right? So why did he talk about, like, releasing the Epstein files?
Because this was not something he created. I don't think Donald Trump created this monster of Jeffrey Epstein. It was somebody else. But this became mainstream of his movement.
Why? Why did it?
To get the votes.
And then he had to lean on it. He could not say no. But if you remember right before the election, during the campaign trail, I think it was Fox and Friends who interviewed him, and they're asking him, would you release JFK files? He said yes, unequivocal. Would you release MLK files? Yes, unequivocal. Would you release Jeffrey Epstein files? He thinks for a few seconds and then say yes. Then he goes on to say there's a lot of phony stuff there which could affect people. So maybe that less so. So he equivocated on that one on purpose.
So he didn't want to, but the political campaigns were around like releasing the Epstein files, so he just went with it. I've seen files, but when I get there, I won't.
Yeah, well, you have to energize your base to get the votes, right? It's like this in Nepal and every country. I'll make Nepal like Colorado or whatever
those
it is.
Kind of stuff. Yeah.
All those things.
Fake promises.
Fake promises, right? So
and then
he probably thought like they would forget about it.
Donald Trump has been in the habit of getting away with most things. So he thought he would get away with it, even though he did not.
Yeah.
He's someone who said on record, even if I would shoot someone on the middle of Times Square
or Fifth Avenue,
or the Fifth, of the Fifth Avenue,
like that,
they would still vote for me. And then there's the Hollywood tape.
Yeah, the locker room talk.
Yeah, locker room talk and whatnot. Yeah, he has gotten away with a lot of things. He's the only politician, only human being probably who gets away with things that anybody else would not ever have gotten, even if one of those things were happening to them. Because he has gotten away with a lot of things.
Because he knows like his supporters are blindly supporting him. That's why. Is it that feeling?
Yeah.
Just like Hitler.
Absolutely.
To his credit,
Hitler's was like blind supporters over there in Germany, you know.
I mean, up to a certain point, that's why people say it's like a cult thing. I wouldn't compare him to Hitler, but like
No, I'm not comparing to Hitler. Just like people, I'm not comparing him with Hitler, but I'm saying like when Hitler was in power, people were blindsidedly
But that's different though.
him.
Hitler also used like power, right?
Yeah.
But forget about Hitler. I just feel like people have been disenfranchised so much to the point where they're just looking for a savior type of, hey, I'm sick and tired of this, right? So he's that person for them.
That brings us back to the populism and the people are in the class race against each other. That we talk about
the same thing.
In the first 2016, Bernie Sanders came out and said universal healthcare for all. We need to get better. Trump literally said healthcare for all.
Really?
Yeah, he did. And that's why a lot of Bernie bros also voted for him, because they thought like, okay, he's probably brazen, but can he be that bad the first time around? And he was that bad. But, and that's why whatever happened, but the rest is history.
Yeah, I think Trump is, I may get some flack for it, but I think he's a political genius. He knows what the crowd is thinking. He knows how to rile up a crowd. He goes onto this stage, he tries different things. He knows what's sticking, what's resonating with the base. He doubles down on it. He keeps doubling down on it. So he tries few nicknames, he tries some policies, and if there's any boo, he does not repeat it ever. Yeah. So he is fluid in that sense. He is amorphous. He does not have a set policies. He says something, and then the people around him are then building policies around what he says. And I think that's on that point. I think he hoped this would also die down. The Epstein files. He would say enough times that it is a Democrat hoax, and it would die down. He really hoped that. But to people, the MAGA people, they're not dumb, right?
Yeah,
they're not dumb for sure. And because they know that this Jeffrey Epstein files thing was there before he came about. Yeah. So it cannot be a Democrat hoax, because before they were thinking that Democrats are the one in it.
Yeah.
Right? How can it be their hoax if they are the ones that they're in it? And Bill Clinton is one of the prime examples.
Exactly. Because they felt Biden didn't release it when Biden was president. Trump will do it. But now, the more Trump does not release it, or his administration doesn't release it, it's like, wait a second, is this guy on it too? That's the thought process, right?
Remember, he's the first person on record to say Jeffrey Epstein likes girls just as much as me, and a lot of them are on the young side.
Yeah.
He did not say Trump likes young girls, but he said Jeffrey Epstein likes young girls, and he was the first to acknowledge that in public, meaning maybe he knew something.
On the Howard Stern show, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I think it was on the Howard Stern show.
Yeah, maybe he was not in on the files. Maybe Trump is not a pedophile. But knowing about a pedophile and not outing, reporting, supporting it, it's just as worse, right?
Yeah.
To everybody. You know somebody's a pedophile, you report it. Yeah. But maybe they were known to be best friends. So people are reading between the lines here.
Yeah, I mean, like, listen, we won't know until the files get released. I mean, like, if you know someone's doing a messed up thing, I mean, you report it, right? Doesn't really matter.
My question is, why didn't Biden release it?
That's a very good question.
That's a very good question for Biden.
Yeah.
And he should have.
And I think we could talk about maybe some Democrats are in it too. Yeah. Maybe that's the case. Or maybe, and now we're going into rabbit hole of maybes.
Yeah.
Maybe there isn't anything to release, right? What do we know? Because multiple administrations have gotten hold of it, but none of them have released. Maybe everybody's involved, or maybe nobody except Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell is involved.
Yeah, it's like this. It's like they needed to release the MLK files till now, and that should happen like a long time ago. I just thought like it just die over. People just keep.
But people never forget. People have not forgotten about the JFK.
But MLK was not as like people wanted the MLK files, but only some segment of it. But this is like big.
Yeah,
this is big. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. It's not going to resolve everything.
The way he died and the way Ghislaine Maxwell was removed from maximum security prison to a prison that's basically a clubhouse of poor people's clubhouse.
And the way 1 minute frame is missing from...
A lot of fishy things
that just makes it interesting.
Yeah, a lot of fishy things that I do not claim to know anything about it. But I think some interesting factoids in it. And now I could also reiterate that the fact that a lot of resourceful journalists, a lot of resourceful administration, a lot of resourceful parties, investigators have had the chance to poke hole on it, right? But none of them have found anything more on it. So maybe there is not anything as well. It could be that a lot of people would have gained so much money out of this if they had, right? There is so much to gain here, but nothing has come about. So maybe either it's top classified protected inside the Fort Knox, or maybe there's nothing to...
And everything that we're saying also, again, we're not making it up.
Yep.
Just read his thing.
All is speculative here, guys. This was all opinions.
This is opinion, but most of the opinion comes from the journalistic work of Michael Wolff. I mean, he's written everything, and that's why they can't sue him. He can go and sue everybody else, but not Michael Wolff, because Michael Wolff has the audio tapes, right, with Epstein. So it is what it is at this point in time. Hopefully, comes out and it'll make for good TV and content.
Hopefully, it will be in public discourse for as long as possible.
Theory to finish this off and to go to the next section is they have names of their political allies, like from Saudi Arabia or like United Kingdom. Because one of the Prince Andrew was linked over there. He's out in open now, but he may be linked to those files.
Oh yeah, I think that's why his name was on there.
Yeah, Democrats and like any party that's come doesn't want to lose control of those political allies.
I really don't care. If they want to, they shouldn't have done what they did, right? It doesn't really matter.
Exactly. But that's the thing. Do not protect pedophiles, no matter
no,
what.
that's what I'm saying.
I know you're not.
But due to political reasons, they may have some obligation.
Yeah, it is what it is.